จงเชื่อใจต่ออีจงใช้เสด็จที่เราใช้ต่อชั่วโมงวิญญาณจะบอกเลยว่าทุนน้อยรู้ชาลินตุนทุติโกอ้อชอนจะกดจั่วยอดตุนทุนน้อยยอดตุนดงแสงโพแสงเมนโซตาตัวมือลูกกงจงทศสรุชาเตอร์เราจะรวมในการหัวเดีย press release หลังจากมุ่งจากกุตุจอวันเดียวกูจะไปมุ่งใช้จอลูกกงเช่นทศสรุชาเตอร์นอกูจะไปมุ่งใช้จอลูชาเตอร์หลังจากชื่อสนมุ่งจากกุตุจอ
我从台湾呢，内陆啊 TV 说梦天，其他人的了。我种的我呢，不谈爸妈都在古多姑娘都 Texas 呢，结果我从现在多工天是谈的了，我要多他记得的，比如都是他，我多阿天白人都山都也做看的我，比如讲学我都做呢，投币就投少啊的，为了家比如时候，投币我的和女不离家，这里到了就过做那了。ก็เป็นสะดวกจอเสียที่สะดวกว่าอย่างนั้นชอบไม่เสียชอบซาเดียอยู่จุดมันได้จีขนาดยังขอจังชอบเราแต่ชีวิตเดียจอหาเป้าเจ็บเป้าหาจอจีต่อเป้าจอเดียแต่จริงๆนะยา我哋家จะหาจะได้จุ了但是ถ้ากี่กุศลเดียว่าที่เสียเดียส่วนเรื่องส่วนตัวอยู่ตัวไปอยู่อธิบายเดียว่าขณะอยู่รงบริจาคไป
Yeah, I would like to thank you and the leadership of Suab Hmong News. We want to thank Suab Hmong News for their leadership in coming today, and we're very grateful for your participation at today's press conference. My name is Philip Smith. I'm the Washington Director for the Lao Veterans of America. I'm also the Executive Director for the Center for Public Policy Analysis. So I've come here from Washington, D.C. to meet with leaders in the Hmong and the Lao community who have gathered from across the country, and we're having a national Veterans Conference tomorrow, Saturday, at the Lao Family Community starting at 9:30 a.m. I want to encourage those veterans and their families. I want to encourage the young people, the women, the young ladies, everyone who is interested in the Hmong history and the Hmong culture to join us, and the Laotian history and the Lao culture to join us. We are going to talk about the issues in Washington, D.C. that are impacting the Lao and the Hmong community. And so tomorrow we're organizing a national conference entitled the Lao Hmong Veterans National Conference. It's historic. We're having veterans and their families, community leaders from Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Arkansas, California, Colorado, of course Minnesota, and especially I want to thank Pa Ma Tao and his colleagues in the Minnesota Lao Veterans of America for organizing this event tomorrow. And I hope you'll all join us. And especially I want to also thank Sue Lee from the Lao Family Community of Minnesota for helping to co-sponsor and organize the event tomorrow. So today we've had a press conference. It may be in the newspaper. It may be on the television. We're not sure. But we're very grateful for the Hmong news media for being here today to listen to what the veterans and their families have to say. Our number one priority will be to expand the Hmong Veterans Service Recognition Act so every Hmong veteran can be buried with honor and dignity at cemeteries that are administered by the U.S. government and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. We want to see those burial benefits and honors extended to everybody, not just those that were naturalized and became citizens after the year 2000. We've made great progress, and we want to thank Pa Ma Tao and all of the leadership in the Twin Cities and around the country, because we, of course, have had the bill passed and signed into law by President Trump in 2018, but the problem is the bill is only 50%. It's not 100% of what we're asking for. And of course, we would like to expand those benefits out to other VA benefits such as admissibility to the VA hospitals and health care, but we want to work together and talk about the key issues. So we have many leaders from around the country, and we hope very much you'll join us tomorrow at this national conference at the Lao Family Community in St. Paul. Thank you.
No, press conference no my America cho TV á, nàng xem phim to,也被其中，当选被路好怕单机no mà，被谈到，相对讲呢有新闻嘅道理，有一度整即係網絡小國，嚟網絡community，佢到上山，佢就新聞嘅多啊，有人佢想正當咗真係就自己仲幫到，因到幫到錢啊。被結果好當咗被照顧到狀況，啲就係咩？弄古人對 TV 的，只係一直要為到人勞苦呢，就多當咗。有人弄個不同爸媽他講過好真係就自己在弄咯，要債了，被罪要做頭對，有人弄到不就記錄上，對啦，對自己老頭，要叫被要做到都跳單了，因為男朋友把叫攞跳單了，你做就做了，對到攞一頭也一度咁樣好啊，攞下。頭多做個面嘅對住我師傅啊，亦可能呢度並且係有呢度拍片，因為好俾咗蒙。有個不頭爸媽當過好咗嚟咗自己頭媽頭姐，阿路 TV 呢就講個咩多啦，咩冇撚住，但係呢當邊都係做好嘅，令到到上山我哋現在就仲要做盤的，就有領導嘛就俾條蒙條多嘛，即係佢哋就冇落咗大美加路中檔站。有人弄阿美加多弄咩多弄，實際弄嘅都係百萬。有人估不同百萬，但講過好真係就知咩人台灣就知，用裝的比如康franc嘅比基嘅路仔即係，佢好當咗對住阿美加多當咗。有陣有好成破咯，個生活咩多，但個安嗰個人係就只係一照路尾到啦，拎條我行路裝嚟幫我包，即斷到有都有呢。到剛被蒙咗阿美加，點埋人冇按人嚟啫，係啦，一照要留尾到落過嚟先，俾又多條望先。กูพัฒนามาถ้ากูจงชาติจำเป็นแต่นู่นเปย์อีกจอมองกูเลยนอนซื้อมาจอดซื้อเป็นไงตู้
ลงเสียนะว่าจะจะทีวีนี่เสียตัวเขาว่าเป็นกันนะคุณเจงแต่นู่นยังนู่นเจ๋งกันก็ว่าเป็นเสด็จยังตอนเดียวละชับเลยจะกูจะเรากูคือประมาจะประธานเนี่ยเขาเนาะในใจตัวนึงมัววิชั่นมัวเกิดสักกี่รู้จะไปจำมงกูหล่อจ่อยป้านักรบก้าวหล่อนันเตาชงละเท่าละกูไอ้ตัวเตยจอนไปจะมองละกูป่อแต่นันเตาตัวมองเนี่ยทั้งเปล่าเขาจะเขาเจอละเสด็จมัวอะไรมัววิชั่นแต่สิสาเตาแต่สิจีวัวแต่ตัวน้องมันสาเตาจะเนี่ยวัวเดี๋ยวเลยนะลูกเชียนะเนี่ยเตาจะรู้พรีคอนเฟอเรนซ์มาอย่างบ้านเราตะกี้เวียดตะกี้อย่างมัวหนึ่งตัวเขาจะเขาเจอตัวเดี๋ยวกูสาเดียไปเฉลยจะคือแต่ในจำมงเราอยากจะเทิดจ้อแต่ละที่จะนักรบเก้าเราอยากจะในทหารเราพลทหารแต่ละที่สี่เฉลยต่อมั่วเต้นเนี่ยเต้นจีเต้นเส้นเส้นจืดเราพอเนี่ยตุเชเฉลยต่อมั่วเต้นในหมู่ป้องต่อจัดจอมต่อปลอดตัวเลยล่ะกูสาเดียใช้ขณะที่คำมนุษย์ไปเฉลยวีในรูวิชั่นมาจะสากับไปจำพ้องต่อเบเนฟิตลอนเดอร์จากอเมริกันวีเดไปต่อสิต่อสินชาสิรู้แจ้รุ่นยงโอ้หรือตัวอเมริกาลอนดอนต่อชงเลยเตี้ยจะตัวหายบริจาคอะไรยังมั่วแต่สิเขาเจ๋งแทบเลยตะกี้กูรอยตัวเท่ากูสากับได้เสด็จตัวเขาเจ๋งว่าจืดเท่จริงเจ๋งเดินนึกเจ๋งตัวเป๊ะแต่สิเขาเดี๋ยวเป๊ะปอยก็เต้นในจำมงเป๊ะปต่อมดต่อมันชาป้าจะรู้เต้รู้เชอเดี๋ยวจอนเจ๋งจะจริงเจ๋งเราตัวโตแต่เราสิตะกี้นะกูยังตัวซื้อฟื้นกูยังตัวตะกี้แท้กูยังตัวน้องวีแต่กูต่อป้าเราเต้รู้เชอเนี่ยที่อู้เดี๋ยวกูอยากเท่าจะในปลาในตัวเราอยากจะในตัวมอตรงเก่งจะเราหมดตัวลงมอตัวหมดตัวเนี่ยตัวจีที่สิตัวจะเตะชนะกูละว่าสิว่าแค่ว่าจะจะรู้เลยละกูแต่เขาเลยถ้ากูต่อว่าเส้นจีเนี่ยกูยังจิกสาโตเท่าเดี๋ยวจะนากูสากับเนี่ยเชื่อตัวกงเมื่อกี้ตัวไปเดี๋ยวจะเกี่ยชิจ่อชิเทียชิป้าเลยตัดได้กูสาหูเรากูจะพงยืว่าจะ case officer จะ forward guide จะเนี่ยนะที่นัดเสียงเราจะตัวไปออนเนี่ยเราหัวสกายเราจะเนี่ยนะไปเชื่อต่อชีกงเชื่อกงจือกงตอกงจ้าไว้เกเลยในตัวตะกี้คุณเจงแต่ยังมวยนุ่งกระจงตัวไปเชื่อนะกูรู้ให้นาซื้อกูทักขวาป้ามากูถูกป้ามาเท่จะขนาดบ้วนหุ่นเราตัวเท่ชื่อเส้นจะตัวเรือล่อตัวน่ะ DOD นั่นมาแล้ว Department of on the defense, the Washington D.C. You took clarify by the time to take my car was a son, not gonna. Johnny should have two upon it, and name it to me. On the same sense in the page on Nagloko to the Dishi. What's on the?
我就用些不谈爸妈个，就古多那么，古人要读记者要见证的，要读到 SGU 播头就知了。นู่นน่ะจอหัดยาเป้ยตัวถาดจะนโยบายนะจะ policies นะจะเท benefits จะเป้จะตุกูตุจอนะกูเทตัวดันดาลูกกงหอกูละมัวกงหอตุจอ SGU แต่สิลูกเขาเป่าเก่งเก่งกึ่งเดียชี้เป็นละมัวอย่างกูจะกูจุดตัวต้มลงเฉยเทียต้มลงเฉยเขาชัวร์ตือกูเทียเราเฉยเป้าก็เฉยตัวที่จะเกะให้ที่เราลูซื้อให้จะเจนจีจะตุจอ SGU นะชาวมาให้อยู่เกะหรืออุลินอกูอยากตัวยักษ์ลำลงอ่ะมาเจียตะกี้เฉยตัวเป็นมาลิถาด้วยกูจะลงเสียเดียรงนั้นอย่าเธอจะพัฒนาประมาณเจอกูเท่าตัวนะมันรู้ว่าจิตตะกี้เป็นมาถากูลงเสียจีนเฉยตัวสิ
ส่วนจีนกูจะเป็นใช้สแกนทัวร์สรุปชาติเราอยากรวมในการหัวเดีย press release เราหนึ่งมุ่งจากกุตุจอ
I want to welcome all of you today to this press conference. We're very happy and very honored to be here, and we're very happy to welcome you that have taken time out of your day to join us. My name is Philip Smith. I'm from Washington, D.C. I serve as the director of the Center for Public Policy Analysis, which is a nonprofit research organization. I'm also very honored to serve as the national liaison for the nation's largest ethnic Hmong and Lao Veterans Association, the Lao Veterans of America. And I want to thank my colleague, Mr. Pa Tao, the president of the Minnesota Lao Veterans of America, for co-hosting this press conference today, and more importantly, tomorrow's Lao Hmong Veterans National Conference, bringing together hundreds of Hmong and Lao veterans, leaders, and their families from across the United States. Tomorrow's event will be the main event, and this room will likely be filled. But today we want to talk about that conference and why we're organizing these events, these national events in the Twin Cities. Let me just say that I'm very humbled and honored to be among so many friends and familiar faces, and so many of the veterans here. And many of you traveled in this audience to Washington, D.C. over the last several years. Of course, first in 1997 when we dedicated the monument in Arlington Cemetery, the first ever of its kind to the Lao and Hmong veterans and their American advisors. That historic day, for the first time, that the Hmong were recognized officially in Washington for their historic role in the U.S. Secret Army in defense of the Royal Kingdom of Laos and U.S. national security interests. But in those years since then, since the Citizenship Bill passed in the year 2000, many of you have continued to come to Arlington National Cemetery to honor and remember those veterans who died in Laos and who served in Laos and their family members, along with your American colleagues in Special Forces, the CIA, Air America. And that tradition now at Arlington on May 15th, 14th, and 15th is a very sacred day, and many of you have sacrificed to come each year to Washington. Pa Tao organized 3 major bus bus trips in recent years in 2016 and 17 and 18, and again this year, organizing delegations from the Twin Cities in Minnesota and Wisconsin to come. So it's great to see you again here in your home areas, your neighborhoods, and to see many of my friends and colleagues in the Hmong community, the veterans and their families who have traveled from other states. Boad Tong Shong from Connecticut, President, Hmong veteran and President of the Lao Hmong SGU organization and the Lao veterans in the state of Connecticut. From Texas, from Arkansas, Tong Vu. Many of my friends and colleagues that I have come to know over the years. And so we're expecting a very historic gathering tomorrow. Some of the delegates have not come yet. They're coming tonight from other states such as Colorado, California, our national president of the Lao Veterans of America, VANG, from California, Fresno, and so many others. I want to also thank Mr. Sue Lee for co-sponsoring the event, and the Lao family. This building has been here for many years. I can remember coming here over 25 years ago for the first time to the Lao Family Community Center and the Lao Family Community of Minnesota, to this building, and standing alongside General Vang Pao and so many of the senior military leadership that served in Laos during the Vietnam War. So we want to thank the Lao Family Community of Minnesota Incorporated, the nonprofit organization, for co-sponsoring today's event and tomorrow's event, and for allowing us to use this facility today. They helped so much in the resettlement of the refugees from Indochina, from Laos during the war and the aftermath, particularly in the 80s and the 90s, and even in recent years for the refugees that came from Wat Tam Kabor. I want to also thank Chan Jir Shong, the Vice President of the Lao Veterans of America, Sunny Yang, Cha Tao, Treasurer, and so many of you. Charlie Vang from Texas, who I believe is here. Not yet? Yes, so let me just say in summary, one of the key things that happened in 2018 as a result of your good efforts, and the focus of our conference tomorrow largely, will be the passage of the Hmong Veterans Service Recognition Act. The Lao Hmong Veterans Service Recognition Act. That bill passed the House and the Senate and was signed into law in 2018, last year. That will allow Hmong veterans and Lao veterans of the U.S. Secret Army to be buried in national cemeteries administered by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA National Cemeteries, for the first time, are beginning to welcome Lao and Hmong veterans and allow them to be buried or cremated and interred at veterans-administered national cemeteries. However, despite that great victory and great honor bestowed finally upon the Hmong veterans and their families, there's shortfalls, one of which is the bill has technical problems. As many of you know, one of the reasons we're here, and tomorrow we want to talk about how to fix the inadequacies of that bill. For example, veterans who were naturalized, became citizens before the year 2000, for some strange reason, are not allowed to be buried at the cemeteries. It excludes about half of the veterans because of a technical problem in the language of the bill. That's very unjust, very unfair, and something that we seek to remedy in the coming months in Washington with your help. And with the help of the community leaders, we would like to include all veterans, all Hmong veterans, all of those veterans and their widows in that legislation. So we're looking for a technical correction to the bill so that all of the Hmong veterans can be buried, not just the ones who became citizens after the year 2000. That may sound a little technical to some of you, but I think those of you that have family members who are not eligible to be buried in the VA cemeteries understand what I'm talking about. We do want to broaden the scope of that bill, and we're hopeful that that legislation can be introduced. I'll speak more about this issue. I'd like to turn the mic over to my colleague, Pama Tao. As I mentioned, Pama Tao is the president of the Minnesota Lao Veterans of America, and I will ask him to speak.
NPR News, and the other media who are here as well.
当然了嘛，被我叫做做到，他交朋友们都走拉好了，爸妈他都跟车人车不被交朋友一个。
And everybody else who came from out of state. Thank you very much. My wish, Pama's wish, is for everybody to unite together.
当然了，Colorado、Texas、Rhode Island、California、多少个嘛，Wisconsin，莫就招强路 state 有多少会个，比如中小人比起。
Not only that, we have people coming to join us with our conference tomorrow from Colorado, Texas, Rhode Island, California, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Wisconsin.
当然了，我叫啊，用上来了，头骨都把忙都刀都不谈了，被忙到北上地区就来这里啊。
And me, Pama, since I have been leading the organization, we have gone to Washington, D.C. 3 times, as per Mr. Smith has said.
要不要去北忙地区？北忙装到在南街路北口街方包那方包，我叫到这北地区，搞一方包那个好研究着北什么哈美国路的去了。
Why did we go to Washington, D.C.? First is to honor the tree and the memorial that General Van Powell had established there on May 15th.
当然了，number A，北帮美国我主张过来喏嘛，北叫蒙北叫都叫多大了中了，出就叫了。北那边的可别的就不对，别的非常不对。北东港看到北在北叫蒙多。 ก็คนนี้จะอเมริกาปลูกเขาแต่เป๊ะจุดจอดอเมริกเขาแต่ของไม่ฮักเขาเจ๊
And not only that, a lot of Hmong veterans have lost their lives for helping the U.S. And that is why we will be here tomorrow, because where is our medical and Medicaid assistance? Where is our benefits? That is the reason why we are here.
เขาเลยเดินฟิลิปปินส์ให้รู้เลย 北叫他他们北叫一切就像就只就2000嘛，北都要上在美国了，到时候美国觉得只要200的就可以了哈，北给美多北快看到不没。
And like what Philip has said, the people from 75 to 2000 who have become citizens before 2000 are not qualified. So you guys need to come so that we can get all this clarified.
有啥没多好讲？
Thank you for coming.
I want to ask Pa Lee, who was graciously translating from Hmong to English to speak. Polly has traveled many times to Washington, to Arlington National Cemetery, to the U.S. Congress, to the U.S. Senate, and was with us most recently in 2018 when the bill was just about to pass. Met with Senator Amy Klobuchar and other members of the U.S. Senate to advocate for the passage of the Hmong Veterans Service Recognition Act that we spoke about earlier. Polly?
Hello, good morning. My name is Pa Lee. I am the daughter of William Lee, who was a soldier with the CIA, which is one of the main reasons why I got involved with the Minnesota Law Veterans of America. I just wanted to touch a little bit on why it's important to us and why the conference tomorrow is a really big deal for the Hmong community. As Philip has said, we have gone to Washington, D.C. numerous times, and the reason for that is to commemorate the memorial that was first established there in 1997. As part of the 2018 trip, we went to see Arlington Cemetery and did some ritual there, but not only that, we also went and met with Congress. It was very eye-opening to go and meet with all the people, the Congress and the senators, the congressmen and women who are part of what made this bill happen. They were the co-authors of the bill. And what happened in 2018 was a huge success with the burial bill, recognizing all the Hmong veterans. But as as Mr. Smith has stated, the people who became citizens before the year 2000 are not qualified to be buried at the VA burial grounds. For whatever reason, I do not know, but I know I keep going. Our work is not done. This is just the beginning. My father is one of those that, as far as the bill is today, he will not be allowed to be buried at the VA cemeteries just because he became naturalized before the year 2000. But he was a soldier. When he was a young man, just a teenager, he became part of the soldiers to help the Americans. And he continued on to be a soldier with the U.S. to help the U.S. all the way through to when the U.S. pulled out and we had to flee our country, our homes. And at that time, he wasn't even there to help my mother and me get out of Laos and to go into the refugee camps in Thailand. So for all the efforts and for everything that he has done to help serve the country and to help serve with the CIA, it is not fair that people such as my father and also widowers who have lost their loved ones in the wars, it is so unfair that they will not be able to be interred or be buried at the VA cemeteries just because of the wordings of the bill. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, and it is important that everybody come and join the press conference, join our fourth conference tomorrow so that we can work together to achieve this and much, much more benefits for all the veterans, because I know that you guys all agree that they are very well deserving of it. I know because I am my father's oldest daughter. I've lived through it. I know what he has gone through. And not only that, so many friends and families and relatives have served with the U.S. to help them during the war. And so many of them have already passed and did not even have the opportunity to see this bill through in 2018. The ones who are still here, who are still alive, I want us to work together to see this go through so that whoever became citizens before 2000 will also get this part of this benefit as well. And there are so much more that we need to work together. As they say, if we don't stand together, we will not achieve anything. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, I want to thank Polly and the young women, the daughters of the Mekong River, the daughters of Laos, Langmoa, the young ladies who have done so much to help their families and their fathers, many of whom were veterans who served in Laos and who brought back, if they survived the war, those many scars, physical scars, psychological scars from the horrific combat that they endured, and are advocates now, many of them, for preserving the Hmong culture, the Hmong and Lao history, the history of the Royal Kingdom of Laos, the Kingdom of a Million Elephants, and that legacy that predates the communist takeover in 1975, and who are now advocating for their fathers and grandfathers to be fully honored for their service and fully recognized for what amazing and tremendous things that they did in fighting to defend the Hmong homelands, their ancestral lands in Laos, as well as side-by-side fighting on behalf of the United States in defending the Royal Kingdom of Laos and defending the king and the queen. Laos had a king and a queen like Thailand. And when the communists took over in 1975, in addition to slaughtering so many Hmong veterans and their families and sending so many thousands to the re-education camps, also sent the beloved king and queen of Laos to die in Sam Nua in the re-education camps. And so Pa Lee and others like her are really important in helping the community to understand the history, the sacred history of the Lao and the Hmong people, what it was like to be born in Laos during the war and to suffer in the refugee camps as a child. And we're so very honored that she would join in the delegations to Washington to advocate for the passage of that historic bill that, although honor is very important in that it honors the Hmong, it will allow so many to be buried at the Veterans Administration cemeteries, does not allow all Hmong veterans to be buried there. And so she is correct. Her father would not technically be eligible to be buried. Can you believe that? Her father. And let me just say, General Vang Pao would technically also not be allowed to be buried under this legislation as it's currently written. Why? Because he became a U.S. citizen before the year 2000, before the Hmong Veterans Naturalization Act. And so that technical glitch in the bill prevents at least 50% of the Hmong veterans and Lao veterans and their families to be excluded, including General Vang Pao, if he had passed away in recent years, and fallen under the purview of that legislation, that law that was signed by the White House in 2018. So Sergeant Nhu Vang, who was active in the U.S. military as a member of the U.S. Army, has also joined us today. And he comes from a family that served in Laos during the Vietnam War in the U.S. Secret Army. And Nhu Vang traveled many times to Washington with Pa Ma Tao and many of you So please join me in welcoming new VANG to the podium for his perspective.
Thank you, friends. Nhớ rằng để xin cái tin trả này là để lo nên giờ sự giải thích là nó chưa sẽ là một cái gì à cú lúc bây giờ nó nấu vang cú giờ từ retire US Army take care of nó cú tôi support sẽ là nên tôi benefit đi ăn cú cú chạy cú yên tàu soi giả đi đó để chỉ cú yên cai này để nó nên đi help nên nông cú yên cai này rồi thì cú học phần smart hôm nay đó cú giờ itu mua than ta thì cú họ là cỡว่าsư phụ cú yên cũng chẳng thấy à cú sa thì ý giả đó chỉ biếtว่าlà biết được thọ vật chữ cho đi sao ok này cho chân na này cho chân na này sợ thì cú thọ vật chữ được bây à này chỉ sợ là chữ chặt đó. Oh Lord, we seek your presence to be with us today, Almighty and gracious God. We pause on this sacred ground to remember our fallen comrades and our countries of Laos for the service and sacrifice for our people's freedom. We indebted for the sacrifice of our brothers and volunteering those gave life for the country. Men who sacrificed reflect the words from the famous hymn, Haksat Lao. For hero who proves in liberating strife with more than self, their country loves, and mercy more than life. Gracious God, we ask as well this day that you will remember the sacrifice, the service, the dedication, the devotion of the family. We ask that you will hold them in your loving hand. May they rest in your loving arms, knowing that you are the rocks and refuge and ever-present help. In time of suffering, comfort them in your peace that pass all understanding and restore the joys that they reflect on the memory in their loved one. Let us now always, God, remain steadfast and loyal in our service to each other, our nation, and you. Now may the grace, mercy, and peace of our great God and Father who reign each and every day rest here this day on the family and those who gone to be with you as we remember them now and forevermore. Amen. Chào. Cú giờ itu usaha dia tak sila her present na. Bây giờ chủ bộ ya ta kia bên nhau là sự kia bên chủ bên thế này bộ ya tận đây. Cú tao cho các thằng ba má một đợt ở Washington DC một bỏ lúc memorial đó usaha dia còn nơi bên mong những họ những họ bộ phận chưa sáng chậm lại. Giờ bên chúng mua nó chơi lúc đấy là bên chúng mua đã chơi à giờ mua xả nó đâu có số hay nữa là tuy nhiên chúng mua thì bên mua sẽ giờ nên là lúc nào giờ lúc nàyตัวเราจะสอนลูกหลานตัวมาถ้ากี่เยอะๆลูกก็ไม่สมรอเป็นสิ่งใดตัวกงเชียที่เป็นตัว compromise นะgiờ ít tu vào trường học lưu xét là nhiều tự do lưu xét thì có sẽ là sẽ học sinh giờ thọ bên sĩ công xét đầu đi nó lỡ mà thế thì giờ dùng gì đó và Philip lỡ của hồi được đó Washington DC đó bên khó và thì nói giờ biểu benefit nó sẽ nếu chẳng chỉ thâu cơ nên deserve đau giả cha đến đó medical thì nó giờ nhiệt xe tên là lò ba nên cho giá thầu nên lò nó được nên lý cụ hai ta lò nó thâu vật chúng ta là nó thì nên tôi suy ra ba cái là na nên lúc chế thầu nên nó tôi cho nhớ đồ sắc kiểu như thế nên lúc chế bỏ tà nè ในตัวเนาะผ่อนเนาะหรือว่าเนาะเต้นเนาะในคุยจิตชอบเต้นเนาะตรงเนี้ยเสียผู้ชีตรงนี้เราจะฉุดเหตุสุดๆที่ตรงนี้เขาเนาะยังขอผู้บ่าวที่คุยเยอะเชื่อvì nó có lúc đấy cần mà một trận đấu ta chưa dù số phần do hải sĩ gì có mua món của nó lời chả có món nha mà đi chả nó còn nó là lời screen này cho nên một ý định lời rồi là ý đã được cái ít folder tôi đi nó lại mà lời mà cho một sân lục thì có tụi nó thì nó nhưเสียหาย20%ช่วย20%เกี่ยวกับเนี่ยเราก็เรียนกันตรงนี้ขอเราอยากเข้าพบ in the future นะในโซเชียลยังหมดได้ชินเราคุยยังมาบ้านเนี่ยนะยังรู้ community เดินมาบ้านเนี่ยตอนนี้โซเชียลจะยังกงตรงนี้มีอย่างต่างๆนะ in the future
I want to thank again Sergeant VANG for his important leadership and for that very inspiring statement and prayer, that prayer honoring our veterans and those loved ones who passed away, who have died in Laos during the Vietnam War, in the refugee camps, in the Mekong River, and who have died in recent years as they grow older. So we're very grateful for his service, his family's service during the Vietnam War, and his service currently in the U.S. Army. I'd like to invite Pa Lee, please, once again to the podium to translate for Pa Ma Tao, who will be introducing and speaking to some of the issues we talked about earlier. And Pama.
Thank you. Bây giờ cho nó lúc TV tổ nó là America lúc TV này mà bây giờ bắt đầu Pama thôi, bộ trưởng.
I am President Pama Tao. Thank you to the media that just arrived here.
Trong này nó cũng bây giờ mong nhau tới chợ mấy cả cho lúc làm tốt của chỗ nó giờ bị gì bây giờ một cái sao là chủ bây còn có đủ trò nhau tôi tới chợ mấy cả tạm cho lúc cổ tôi nhau lúc mình đi sưu tầm.
Not only that, I am asking and calling for all Hmong throughout the U.S. to come here for our conference tomorrow, to talk about the issues here regarding everybody for tomorrow.
Bây giờ trong bây giờ bạn mà đâu đi gì bây giờ bà có America lúc bé một benefit mình kể chủ bé thọ nó bé chủ cái ở bé làm cảnh cho America này phong trào phải trong sau lòng.
And we ask for the Americans to love us and to provide us with the benefits that we are deserving of for medical, Medicaid, and other benefits.
Cho nên nó trong tao sai trắng đã cho bé là giờ bé chọn mong tôi cho America giờ tôi là nó gì yếu chủ trong mong phòng cho America cho tôi chọn tao chỉ nó trong sai nó giờ là bé ít chế cho họ sang chỗ chỉ chủ ăn chia để chỉ ăn chia rồi chỉ tao mà nó cũng sáng pha cho America để giờ lên nó về sáng của mình cho nó mấy bé chỉ nhận bên tôi mới sang chỗ chỉ rồi theo con nó giờ bé chọn mong khoảng vả tôi cả.
Not only that, the bill that Donald Trump has signed into the Hmong Veterans Recognition Act does not allow the veterans who have served and have before 2000 to be buried at the national cemeteries. So this is what we want to see happen. We want to see everybody.
Cái东港的被就错度，被叫老多都要当然出被就走。哎，要那是变咗 TV， 蒙卡都被就放入亞美加的，亞美加都這樣都出被都得走嘛，被晒到亞美加中國都往條㗎， một chỉ tàu là bé một cứ không nó tàu lên tới chọn tu trò bông một trò tao không bé sao mà một bé ý áo phẳng lúc đó áo của bé của tụi này một bối lúc ý tụi America bao nhiêu đó thọ nó giờ bé chọn một hoàn toàn cả từ America.
And not only that, we want to see this happen. I want the American media to show the public that why we're deserving of this. For one American life, we use 200 to 300 Hmong lives to go out to the jungle to find that one American who has fallen in the jungle.
Giờ này tôi mà cũng có tập ba máu thà, bây giờ mong nhau rồi, lúc tới cho America, vì kỳ mà yếu tố gì tố số, hà chú cho tới mấy mong ha America, giờ này bây cho thằng nó tốt tốt tăng là, sang tốt cả và mẹ lúc bây, mua medical medical individual bây, họ nữa họ bây tốt cả, ô trời.
And I, Pama, want to see this happen. A lot of the veterans have already passed away without seeing benefiting from any of these benefits. I, for one, and for everybody here, would like to see the Americans love us and to provide the benefits that we are deserving of.
Yeah, I want to thank Polly for her important efforts today in translating and being a leader in the Hmong community among the young ladies and the widows, the Hmong veterans' widows. And I want to again thank Pama Tao, the national president for the Minnesota Lao Veterans of America. Let me just say that in summary, once again, we're bringing together tomorrow from across the country hundreds of leaders, Hmong combat veterans who now serve as elders in the community, Lao combat veterans, Laotian. When we talk about Laotian, we're talking about the lowland Lao. And I should say sub-ID to our Lao veterans in the audience, sub-ID. And some of them, of course, are from the other ethnic minorities in Laos, which includes the Hmoob, the Mien, the Lahu, the Yao. Many of you served in combat alongside the Hmong at Long Chang in Military Region 2, interdicting the Ho Chi Minh Trail, saving American pilots. And so those leaders, those surviving leaders, are coming here to the Twin Cities from around the country, from all of the states we've mentioned and many more, to try to address the issues at hand. And one of the major issues is not only honoring the Hmong veterans, as was done in 2018 with the passage by Senator Klobuchar and others, Senator Tammy Baldwin, of the Hmong Veteran Service Recognition Act, but expanding that act to include all Hmong veterans, all Lao veterans who served during the Vietnam War. We don't want anybody's father, we don't want anybody's grandfather, we don't want anybody's grandmother, because it includes the widows of the veterans, to be excluded because they were naturalized and became U.S. citizens prior to the year 2000. We want every Hmong veteran, every Lao veteran, to be given those burial honors, because it's very important. And as Paula mentioned, of course, naturally, so many of you had hoped for admission into the VA hospitals and those other veterans benefits that are enjoyed by Vietnam veterans who you served with in Laos during the Vietnam War. Let me turn the mic over to Pama Tao, who will be introducing a good friend of mine, well, a number of the veterans. I'm not sure the order, but or XIONG is one, and I believe there's a few other veterans who we would like to speak, Hmong veterans and Lao veterans.
Thank you. Please welcome Major Moho. Come to the podium.
First of all, I wanted to thank you for Pamatau is the President Lao veteran in Minnesota. Before I like to speak, I wanted to invite everybody to stay up to honor General Wang Pao in the Prague. ท่านในพลของเราเป็นตัวถามจอก็จะตัวจอเอาเส้นจีตาเราเลยที่จะต้องได้รู้สึกมีอยู่ให้รู้ต่อก็มาจบซะเลยก็คุยหาลูกมุ่งเราสร้างก็สิคุยหาเป็นเราลวงอเมริกาตัวเขาบีเดี๋ยวจะมีเดียมเดอเลยซาโป้เดเป้ทั้งตึ้งเดี๋ยวมาเน้นหัวหมัวI was joined with HU veteran since March 1961 to 1975. So right now I'm the one to sacrifice during the Vietnam. If I had no chance, I'd never be United States. That time I worked very hard, very close to American CIA, special my supervisor American CIA. Worked close to me, planning how to support the troops and front line. So I worked close to American between 66 to 75. That's why I came here today. From now on, I would like to speak Hmong for other my friends how to know what I'm who. เราเชื่อที่ได้เป็นจะป้องยืนตัวนั้นเนาะอย่างนี้มันต้องมองหลีกูเท่เป็นที่มันจะเสียย่อเป็นจะป้องยืนย่อเริ่มต่อตัวต่อตัดจะเสียย่อได้จะหลับตัวต่อหนเดเทียตัวตัดจะเสียติเกลละมั่วอาจจะตัวสัตว์ที่เจนอที่เสียมันน้อยย่อที่เสียมันมั่งเก่งต่อใหญ่เลยพอจิตต่อใจจะเก็บป้าหล่อเดือดตัวทรออเมริกัน CIA และเชียร์มองเวลรันCIA. Rồi bên chủ nhau bên cộng xe, cô Hà Nội cho tôi cho anh chị làm veteran làm Hmong veteran thì giả. Lúc bên là thằng này phong trà bên sờ nửa bên tuần này, anh đó ở cái này thì là lúc bên được bên sư, lúc chết thì bên thì tù sư cho mình đi. Anh có thể cho em ba cũng cho em bờ là cho sư, anh có tôi cho tôi mò cái cái phong nhiều sư, lúc chết thì bây giờ một số sang kế tiếp tục giải kế ba nhiều lý do cho thấy cho nên tàu chuyện đến những gì cả nên một bỏ đau tới mà hại phải hại phải dâu nhiều lý do cũng ấy từ chỉ là đi từ thời cho là ít ban nên nên bỏ cái sự cũng mong là mong rằng của xã bỏ chân bỏ chủ lúc xưa nó quay từ sợi chế là mong cái chiều vay đồ là nhau mình là số ta nó khứ đồ thì khá là thích ấy họ này cho họ lên cho nên sửa trả cái sự cố chỉ xã thản đầu cố gắng thản đầu đỡ sư họ nói theo họ chân lúc nào giờ lúc bên tôi thả mình gì thả cho thì cái gì thả ra chỉ có sai đối trọng thôi cho có sai nó chơi trọng có tôi cho nó bảo chế theo lúc sinh lúc stay rồi nên chỉ có tôi
I would like to say this to all the veterans who are at home, who are not here to join us, and who are in other states.
Cái này bỏ lại TV nó bỏ để nó nói lúc đi tại vì bây giờ thả cho bây giờ tôi cho làm mong ai chịu veteran nó đồ lúc sang ngày sau ta đó.
So that when you see this, you will know that tomorrow we will have a conference here to talk about the SGU conference here.
luôn chia的种老的还在边，并且都在一些到山上，我的安排，那是说的大家安排，每次要到种在给把一些去做呢，但是我不要查个证。
Tomorrow is when we will be talking about the issues as to whether the people who have become naturalized citizens before 2000 and the people who became naturalized citizens after 2000, whether or not who will be getting the benefits, all of that will be discussed tomorrow.
要领导在要在家些在一种活动上，那轮子拿了是都讲到底呀，你就包含真啊，这了到底我是那边是多，这了好多了都还路。อันนี้ขันจังเป็นนอนเราตาเกียร์เราชีไปชอบคือขวดเชียร์ไปนู่นแล้วต่อ
That is why all of you guys should come and join us, whether you are a former soldier, former SGU, or just or whether you're not. That is why you should come and join us tomorrow, so that we can get to the truth, so that we can know the truth, and we can ask the people who are here from Washington D.C. and elsewhere what the truth is.
李老师主要是这个边嘛的导学的注意 OK， 这些的比较好都装出都，然后呢就那些都讲了，มีแต่รู้ที่รู้ละนั่นได้เดี๋ยวรู้ชัวร์แล้วก็คืออยู่ตัวที่ตัวแค่ตัวนั่นเองไม่ใช่ตัวของ OK ใช่แต่หัวเราเนี่ยสอนบริจาควันนี้เสร็จแล้ว
And this is to invite everybody, all the former soldiers, the Lao veterans, and everybody else to come and join us tomorrow so that we can get down to the truth. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Bây giờ nó tu can được thổ điện, nó tu lòng.
OK， 他现在估计我还有什么，但是我们有比较早，แต่กูจะจับแต่เนี่ยกูมากูเซนทีนะซะแต่กูเซนเนี่ยก็ปัจจัยนะนี่เขาจะลิสมีเนี่ยตัวที่สี่ตัวกูอยากตัวฟอร์มตัวรู้กูให้กูจะทำตัวนี้กันสิเดี๋ยวเราจะวันจุดที่ถามนะครับที่หายากเนี่ยอุตสาหกรรมถามเคลียร์นอนกับเป๊ะจนตัวตะกี้กับช่วยต่ออาจจะเป๊ะอย่างนั้นตัวจริงเสียอย่างเดียวแล้วจะการที่ขนาดเด็กกูจะจับปัญหาจริงนั่นโอเคแต่ตะกี้เป๊ะมันถามเดี๋ยวกูบอกจะตะกี้เป๊ะที่จ้องมันเป๊ะให้อย่าถามชิตาวนะนั่นกูจะสารโน้ตเฟซมีอีหลอนกับเจ๊ตัวคนนี้ตัวตะกี้ว่าหายหลงนะไอ้ตัวกับเป๊ะจนโน้ตชอบอยู่เก่งนะสักแต่ฉันเป็นยังไงจนถึงก่อนมันต้องยังสมรู้ในแบบเดิมมันตรวจใจโตตรวจชุดประจำตาผู้ชิคอนแต่ย่อหล่อแต่หนักชื่ออเมริกาหัวเป็นหยุดเกต้าเป็นสปอร์ตจูตื่นแต่ประเทศสารโน่นเนี่ยจะมีเรื่องตัวเจเรเตอร์ยอดโตยอดแม้แต่ยอดเซาท์อีสเอเชียวิปป้อมไม่ได้ไอ้สารกันเทียนไม่หันเดียวกับไปใจรู้ตื่นเตี้ยใช่ไหมแต่ตะกี้เป็นยอดเด็กสิเทยาสุเทียร์ตะกี้เป็นมหายานยอดเด็กโกเพนโกเพนน่ะไม่ยอมริจาคแต่พวกมันก็จ่ายซะมาจ่าย
OK， 我知道。现在干了好了吗？
We're very excited and happy to have with us once again XIONG, the Vice President of the Minnesota Lao Veterans of America, who sacrificed a great deal to travel to Washington over and over again to visit with the U.S. Congress and the Senate, Senator Amy Klobuchar, Senator Tammy Baldwin and others, and helped to organize with Pama Tao the busloads of Hmong veterans and their families that have traveled to Arlington National Cemetery in recent years. This past May 14th and 15th and 16th, and in previous years. Please join me, Chanjer Shong.
Thank you, Mr. Nung na rong xe và cú ya nên sẽ chỉ tạo bao cú thì cú ya bộ đông xiong, ya tu sở kế lúc cộng họ, lão mong để dùng nó cho sản phẩm để đi.
Thank you. I'm happy here today. My name is Bo Tong Shong. I'm the president of the Lao Hmong SGU in Connecticut.
Nung na cú rong xe bắt thành pa ma tàu trả lúc trong xe la nó, giờ linh đó cú theo đi tua, cú yo cho tê kế và cú wo là do cú thả tua bia đó sẽ đợi.
I'm happy that President Pama is hosting this conference, which is why I'm here. I am here to talk about the work I have done.
Và xã có cho địa cho chỉ là giờ phải trồng cô tu trò nên tua đó mua ra chỉ của yếu tố thả cả ta thì cũng cho cái uo là giờ cái xã là giờ kế tổng đây là phải cho được bao cả chính tranh tại gì nữa.
So parents and Lao veterans, please come tomorrow to hear me talk about the work I have done and my vision tomorrow.
Giờ linh đó một trong tàu ở sinh trí tại kỳ mua ra chỉ phải yếu thả.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Charlie. Ta cho nó trả luôn nó cao luôn thì nó có hạ lao luôn nó. Ok. Nói Charlie Wang from Texas, bây giờ không mà cho nó Wang tụt tu, và cho ta tàu họ là nhau cho trả nhà ấy, trong xe thay tàu khoảng đó.
We're very honored to have from Texas one of the major community leaders and Hmong and Lao leaders in the state of Texas. Charlie. Welcome, Charlie, please.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Philip, with the last 13 years, we did see each other. And what John we are Charlie, who sat there, when you're about Texas, that she, the Taylor, so that which told she bought here, what John and ประธานปามาเที่ยวฟิลิปก็ยังหัวหรือว่าปวดท้องก็ออกก็เป็นช่วงเราแล้วก่อนในวันที่หมู่ตัววอชิงตันดีซีเดอฟิลิปยังเที่ยวหรือว่าเกย์ที่เราไปเที่ยวแต่ชีท้องเชื่อไปใจใจแต่ท้องเลยเจไปกูเลยจิตเอาละมูชิปอกให้กูรู้เช่นนั้นพอจะตัวจะรู้ต่อประธานปามาเจก็ตัวจิตต่อถ้าสต้องไม่จริงแต่ชี So thank you very much, and like I said, thank you for Mr. President Pama Tong, and I came from Texas, and I'd like to explain a little bit about how the veteran beginning from the Colonel Wang Yi. So Colonel Wang Yi and I and Philip, we worked together in Washington D.C. way back in the old day. That how we can make the veteran pass. So that time we had a very, very difficult time to get all the support by the Congress and all the senators. So it's a very, very difficult, but many people doesn't know how much difficult time we went through. But I would like to say Tomorrow, please everybody join the important meeting tomorrow, and I will have a whole bunch of information to explain how we went through and how difficult that we done for the organization. And also, the many more people are misunderstanding about the veterans. Some think about the negative side, but some is think about the positive side. But basically, this is very benefit for us if we join together and we follow the president and the bylaw, and we focus to make sure that everybody got the support and the benefit. And tomorrow I will explain some more detail about how we had and how difficult. Okay? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate the support of Texas and the Hmong veterans and Lao veterans from Texas and their families. So thank you for joining us and look forward to your remarks tomorrow. I want to also recognize and thank the president of the Lao Family Community of Minnesota and ask him to please join me at the podium in welcoming all of you. Mr. Sue Lee, president of the Lao Family Community of Minnesota. Please join me, Mr. Lee. We're so grateful for you and your leadership in the community and for helping to co-sponsor the events today and allow us to use this wonderful facility both today and tomorrow. It's a great honor. Sue Lee.
Hello everybody, I'm the president of Lao Family, so I have not much to say, but I just thank you for everybody come today, and I hope that we are Lao Hmong veterans should do something successful in the future, and just again I say thank you everybody come today. That's what I say. Thank you everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sue Lee, for your leadership over the years and for co-sponsoring the Lao Hmong Veterans National Conference tomorrow. And we appreciate very much everything you've done. We're very honored to have you and your lovely wife join us today. Thank you so much.
Okay. Mẹ cho tôi sáng mà cũng có mẹ hàng mẹ cha là từ Hà Nội nó về mẹ sợ lừa lừa cái này họ biết lừa nó đó tam cũng tôi hàng mẹ của mẹ chỉ giờ mỗi lần từ sáng trong đó cái nào sự bên gì đó lấy từ luôn nó là lừa Hà Nội mẹ cha là mẹ cho vào số tuổi có mỗi lần được.
I want to once again ask Pa Lee to come to the podium. She has a statement to the Hmong young people, the youth, and the ladies. Pa Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Okay, I would like to urge all the young people, my generation and younger, the people who are, the ones who are the children of parents or fathers and grandfathers who have served in the secret war. I know that a lot of people are wondering why I am part of this organization. It's because I'm very passionate about what our fathers and forefathers have done for this country and for us as children. If they have not done what they had done in the past to help the Americans, we would not be here today. So I really want you guys to think about that and to come be a part of our conference tomorrow. We need the younger generations to come and help our fathers, our grandfathers, it could be your aunt, your uncle, your family member. I know that each and every one of us knows somebody who has served during the secret war. I would like, and I'm sure that all of you guys would like to see the same thing as I do, to see that they get some sort of benefits for all the sufferings they have gone through, all the sacrifices they have made. So I really, really urge all of you guys to come and join our conference tomorrow to hear about what's going on with the bill, what things that we can do, or what our planned next steps are in the future to get these achievements for our fathers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles. Thank you very much.
เขาเนี่ยปอตาละน้อยลูกกงจงทัวสรุชาติและยาลวนอเมริกาหัวเดีย press release หลังจากมุ่งจากกุตุจอยยาดุนทองแซมโพแซมมินเนโซตากูอยากเรียกว่าหรือว่านักการโรงเรียนชวนสุตุเต็มชิชิดวย